Narcissists are just terrible when it comes to deceiving themselves. I mean, their deception is like this fog that just obscures their ability to think clearly and accept things for the way they are and accept themselves and the role people play in their lives. Narcissists just can't admit to other people that they occasionally, sometimes, do kind of rely on other people for supply, for whatever. And they just can't admit it to themselves either. So, that mist, that just denial, you can be with them, treat them. You can make them the centerpiece of your world, treat them kings and queens, and just basically devote yourself to them fully. And while they do enjoy a lot of that because it makes them feel grandiose and it validates them, at the same time, they tell themselves that you're just a doormat and you're not worth very much, which means in their minds, they see you as being dispensable. And they treat you as such. Narcissists, occasionally, they do push people away that they kind of depend on. And at first, when they push the person away, they might think that either A, they really don't depend on that person, don't really need that person, or B, that person will continuously chase them to get them back for the rest of their lives. But narcissists are often wrong on both accounts because they do need the person, and the person sometimes won't chase them to get them back. And sometimes that fog, that mist of denial just kind of dissipates, and they're like, oh shit. Because when narcissists are low on supply, they have to face reality, which is they need supply. And then when their kind of alarm bells go ring and they think, where the hell am I going to get the supply from? And then they think, you know, they had something good going, but they fucked it up. So narcissists, they have a lot of pride. They don't like, you know, when they do run low on supply and they try to get you back, they don't like to admit that they fucked up. They don't like to admit that they need you. And that's why they try to avoid doing that at all costs. But sometimes they're not really left with much choice now. And they try to work their way back. Yeah. It's a strange thing, denial, because you can't stay in that space too long. And when they do try to chase you back, you kind of see the truth, don't you? Suddenly it clicks. You're like, okay, I was important to them. Not because they cared about me, but because they needed me, because I had something of value. But they didn't cherish it. They just wanted to kill it and use it for themselves until there was nothing left. And then they would throw me out in the garbage. And they don't do that because they want to harm you or anything. They just don't care about you. They just care about themselves. It's that self-centeredness. But sometimes they do come back because when narcissists are low on supply, they have to face themselves. But then they can't face themselves because it's too much. So then they scramble for supply at all costs so they don't have to face themselves and their own demons and how they feel when they're lacking supply. That's where they have to, resort to former supply. Anyway, just be mindful of how narcissist mindsets work, because they like to live in a state of denial But sometimes they just can't run from that. And that's where they can sometimes, when it comes to trying to get somebody back, they can be the most charming, most convincing, pulling at your heartstrings in all the right ways to get you back. But that's exactly where you have to realize, I see what's happening. It's like, you know, not a chance. Yeah, thanks for watching.